Hello and welcome to this episode of Scope. I'm Tracy Pa. The Papua New Guinea Education Transformation Vision 2025 to 2075 was recently launched in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province. The 50-year plan 2025 to 2075 was launched following the Highlands Regional and Provincial consultation hosted by the Provincial Education Team at Goroka Secondary School.
Eastern Highlands Province recently hosted the Highlands Regional and Provincial consultation and launching of the Papua New Guinea Education Transformation Vision 2025 to 2075 in Goroka. Goroka Secondary School hosted both events. People from all walks of life turned up to participate in the public forum. They included public servants like teachers, school board of management, principals, headmasters, district education managers, education standard inspectors from primary schools, high schools, and secondary schools. Even NGOs, church partners, members of women's groups, youth groups, and civil society groups came along to contribute ideas. The participants were divided into groups to discuss and present what they thought should be implemented in the 50-year vision. Her Excellency Winnie Kiap led the task force team that facilitated this public forum. She was assisted by a team of professionals from the National Department of Education, as well as the Department of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. Education officials from the Eastern End Jiwaka, Simbu, and host Eastern Highlands attended the public forum also. In place of the Minister for Education, Lucas Dekena, and Education Secretary, Dr. Uke Kombra, Assistant Secretary for Policy and Planning, John Kawage, attended both events. Education is a process of constant self-improvement to attain good moral character and behavior, to ultimately learn how to be human, respect elders, create harmony between individuals, exercise justice and loyalty to family and friends, and apply filial piety or respect for one's parents. Community and public service is the natural consequences of education, which is why the PNG Education Transformation Vision 2025 to 2075 seeks to revitalize the social institutions, including family, school, community, province, and country.
I just want to express our kindness. Let's all celebrate by saying hip and hooray. 1, 2, 3.
The message during the launching of the PNG ETV 2025 to 2075 emphasized that true education is about teaching how to think, not what to think. Her Excellency Winnie Kiap stated during the launching that education is about decolonizing mindsets to think critically and independently within the contexts of the 21st century.
Other features of the human environment in Papua New Guinea.
The theme for the PNG ETV vision is transformation of the education system to produce qualified, educated and smart citizens of PNG by 2075.
After the break, Director for the Family Sexual Violence Unit gives an extensive report on issues challenging this special police unit, highlighting a lack of resources, bravery and counseling for the police counsellors. With a growing need for accessibility to various forms of family and sexual violence services, victims are not given the care and attention that is required from police officers due to lack of resources and structure to guide the Directorate's function. Director of the Family and Sexual Violence Unit, Superintendent Delilah Sandeka, said since the establishment of the Directorate in 2009, the Directorate has not been resourced to date and cannot meet the growing need in attending to FSV cases. When testifying during the Commission of Inquiry into the January 10th civil unrest at the APEC House in Port Moresby, tour of the Family and Sexual Violence Unit, Superintendent Delilah Sandeka said since the establishment of the Directorate in 2009, the unit is not adequately resourced and does not have a standard operating structure to effectively deal with the large number of family and sexual violence cases. Superintendent Sandeka said these cases include violence against women and girls in the form of sexual assaults, abduction, and abuse.
As the national coordinator, we would become the directorate. There was nothing to guide our officers who are already in the field doing attending to family sexual violence complaints. So I see that there's a need, so I asked Law and Justice sector to be bulged up to assist us to bring all our officers in, or officers in charge of family sexual violence throughout the country in to develop our standard operation procedure. So when we all came together, when we brought them together, we were able to put everything together with, and also our duty statements as the director, deputy director, as well as our FSV officers.
Superintendent Sandeka said there is only one directorate in Port Moresby, located within the Baraka Police Station, and 54 FSV units in 11 other provinces. Only 106 police officers are working in those units. In Port Moresby, there are currently 21 officers. Only 3 work at the FSV unit in Boroko, while the rest are stationed in other police stations in the city. Most often, only one officer runs one unit.
The directorate where I'm seated is the only one here in NCD. In terms of family sexual violence units, we have about 54 family sexual violence units across the country. Across the country, I have 106 officers working.
106. That's throughout the country?
Correct.
Just in Port Moresby?
Correct, Commissioner, throughout the country.
Another challenge that impacts the work of FSV units is that there are no positions for police officers to apply for or move from the rank of constable up. As a result, some officers who were serving in FSV units have moved on to other sections of the force with proper position and benefits. Sandeka said the Directorate lost a lot of hard-working and dedicated FSV personnel. Even though they worked for more than 5 years, they could not move up to a higher rank. She said they have made submissions for a new standard operating structure, and this is pending approval by the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary HR Division.
The country, it used to be 114 officers, and now it's reduced down to 106.
Okay.
Because they want to be promoted. They want to move on up the rank.
The main objective of FSV units is to ensure that victims and survivors have easy access to this specialized policing service. Sandeka also noticed the little but significant challenges of FSV units. This includes the location of the office itself, which is usually set up behind a police station. She admitted that most often those needing this service are unsympathetically turned away when they are met by an angry receptionist at the front desk, and most often this prevents them from getting the help they need.
Inside the police station, but it's right at the back inside, and women, even children and men who are victims of domestic violence find it hard to access that because policemen at the counter would question them, and with dealing with these issues,
it's a bit counterproductive.
Yeah, it's very sensitive, so most of the women wouldn't feel really comfortable for police officers at the front counter to question them.
Yeah, they will chase them away.
Oh, and then they say, go away, go home and sort it out with your husband.
Regrettably, there is no system in place also to keep a record of the large number of reported cases received daily. FSV officers are also on the receiving end of reported cases when they are threatened by perpetrators. Superintendent Sandeka said there have been instances where perpetrators threaten officers for protecting their victims, including being held at gunpoint in order that they release the victim, usually a spouse, partner, or girlfriend. FSV officers operate unharmed and have been so since 2019. And then there are times when officers compromise with perpetrators, usually through bribery, to release them. Sandeka said this practice is far too common in the police force. Frontline FSV police officers who deal with these issues are often traumatized and need proper counseling to reveal the stress before they can go back to providing the service. However, the RPNGC does not have such a system in place. The director said when she took office, she created policies and guidelines and established a standard operating structure. A documented version with recommendations were sent to the RPNGC Human Resource Division. Sandeka said this is yet to be included in the ALESCO system. Commissioner Elinus Batari said the Directorate's current situation illustrated little to no attention given to this important sector of the police force. Batari said FSV matters are sensitive and must be addressed with care and adequate resources because most of the time the cases involved children.
Family and Sexual Violence Directorate. It goes down to that as well as to whether it is just another white elephant setup or it is a process that really works.
When we come back, Karkar Highlanders set sights of transforming entire transport system on the island. We take you now to the island of Norriton, Karkar Island in the Sumkar district of Medang province. This secular volcanic island is home to more than 200,000 plus people, the most populated region of the Sumkar district. The island has a ring road connecting its villages. In recent years, the ring road has deteriorated and much of the population depend on motorcycles for everyday commuting. These two-wheeled speed machines have taken the island by storm as more and more villages see the need to own one to ease transportation challenges. We take a look at how motorbikes have changed the transport system on Karkar Island.
For the people of Karkar Island, transportation using motorbikes is as common as any public mode of transport to move people and goods anywhere, to market, to the shops, to family gatherings, and even to hospital. Back in the 1980s, motorcycles were a common sight on Karkar until the early 2000s, when they slowly took backstage and motor vehicles took precedence, but only because the ring road around the volcanic island was in great condition. However, motorbikes have recently resurfaced because maintenance on the ring road has been neglected, contributing to the breakdown of motor vehicles and cutting off inland travelers from coming out to the coast. By the year 2020, more and more people relied on motorcycles to move from one end of the island to the other and from inland villages to the coast. It was convenient, timely, cheaper, and efficient. John Lang is a retired plantation manager of BRB Enterprises. He is from Kulkul village on the island. He had worked for 16 years before his retirement in 2022. Upon his retirement, the Goodyear family of BRB Enterprises allowed him to keep the motorcycle he used during his working years. According to Lang, he was more than grateful for the gift of the AG200 motorcycle, which he uses daily for his convenience.
2 years ago, me at a personal level, me as man karkar, me looking motorbike evok lo increase. Even you go lo, some farm said one of companies selling motorbike. Stocks are finished because karkar people all need a motorbike. Because I'm excess now, maybe I'm cost too much lo, run him lo, around the island lo, make him all walk. So there was another something too low road condition. Suppose government look through law or some all upgrading road na or some fixing road. MBC law or some give me a car or PMV even bus service may take place law island blaming. But one people now only look at motorbike of easy transport look out the family.
Bais Pili is a teacher on the island. He teaches at Kubune Primary School and is attached to the census program. To ensure effective and efficient data collection around the island, he has opted to hire a motorbike. With the motorbike, he is able to collect data and transport census supervisors from one location to the other faster and enter the data for updating efficiently and effectively.
Normal personal runs 20 kina in higher for like government activities and all this, at least 100 to 150 kina a day. I am using it for census web, accumulating data and synchronizing to send to the HQ. So I am using this, moving supervisors from point to point, checking each supervisors from wardens.
Kas Labun is a local businessman from Marup village on Karkar. His village has the highest number of motorbike owners on the island. He also owns a bike and uses it every day for personal runs and also hires it out when there is a customer.
It means ways belong transport before time come now and maybe issue motorbike some taxi belong. So time you issue motorbike taxi now and you snap on point A you ring motorbike come to you now side of business and I'll be working money. So now yet motorbike can plan it through island big banana. So people Marupet more than 35 motorbike.
Apart from his own use and hire, Labun also does market and hospital runs for mothers or the sick at an affordable price.
Now motorbike, people purposely use them to carry more cargo, go market. People looking good for market or some you go car, plan demand, market building and run some place with motorbike. So motorbike go, lo move more market go mibla, transport more cargo go mibla. Cargo lo town come, motorbike se transport him go lo place, road go car and bagarap, motorbike se use him, move more cargo lo. Sick man mibla se use him, suppose car, freight man tap, mibla se use him motorbike, move him loud seat. Still, I'm just walking with me. So now I'm ready to go place below me now.
As much as these motorbikes are a lifesaver for many, motorbike riders do not have licenses and their machines are not registered under proper authorities and traffic regulations. Mr. Lang said they all must be cautious and ensure safety while riding, and importantly when transporting another passenger.
Driving or riding the motorbike can be risky. time you like running motorbike, you must get some consent of them. Safety is very important law. When you thinking riding bike safety, you must use a helmet. Even you must get both to this lesson. But we like talk about Oxford long of riders inside long of them. Kargar na medeng na even all around the country, you must wear a helmet law every time. Because anytime you come across some circumstances, and Mosema, anything can happen. You Narbla district too. You had access road condition be alright, or maybe MDPN by you like buy motorbike. And you know cost too much like you by using the movement rail or make it more private public.
The need for motorbikes on the island has tremendously increased and changed the transportation system on the island. It is on high demand, with villagers saving up to purchase a motorbike of their own. They prefer the Yamaha AG200 over motor vehicles. They say it is tough, reliable, affordable, and can get through the rough terrain, especially when traveling inland.
And that wraps up another edition of Scope. Thanks for your company. Good night.